Coming up, I build a fully automatic food growing, harvesting and cooking system out of materials only found from this island. I also discover some terrible new mobs in a terrifying journey to the nether, and I meet up with my zombie friend for lunch to discuss several things over an apple. Let's create. In the last episode, I arrived at this desert island in a brand new world, gathered a few resources and built an amazing starter house. And today, I was going to sit around with my feet up, doing not a great deal at all and just enjoying the spoils of what I've created. However, there was a knock at the door. What could it be? Who could it be? I'm here on this desert island. There can't be other... Oh, I've got mail. What? A book? A quest? What? A quest? Now that you've established a home on this island, you will require a renewable source of food. Well, I'm a little bit hungry. I don't have much pork left. Create a fully automated food source from the resources available to you on this island. Oh, geez, I've got jobs to do. Well, at least there's no side quests. Well, there is another page. Oh, geez. Prevent overflow. Fancy a trip to the nether? No. You'll need quartz to ensure your food production doesn't back up and leave items floating on the ground. Yeah, that is a good point. Oh, a quest? I don't want a quest. I want to just sit around on my nice, lovely little deck with my feet up and just eat the... Yeah, I haven't got much... Yeah, good point, actually. I guess I better get on with this quest. However, questing is going to be quite a difficult thing to achieve because I don't have a great deal of stuff to achieve it with. My diamond pickaxe is just about dead and my other tools leave a lot to be desired. So I think the first thing I should do is probably get myself back down that mine and grab a few more resources. And in order to do that, I'm going to build a tunnel bore with all... Oh, geez, I don't know. Maybe I'm not going to... Okay, yeah, fine. I'll do it by hand, geez. But I am going to need another one of those. And I think I'll take an iron one for spears as well. Diamond pickaxe. Iron pickaxe, mildly better shovel. Excellent. So I'm just about ready to go. That being said, I don't have a great deal of room in my inventory, so it might be a good idea to make a backpack. Now in this mod pack, I have access to a couple of different types of backpacks. There of course are the backpacks that I created from my own Create Storage mod, and there of course are the sophisticated backpacks which have just been ported over to Fabric. Both types of backpacks are pretty much untested at this point, so either one could be interesting. But of course I'm going to be creating my own one, because why wouldn't I do that? Which means I'm going to need a little bit of iron, I'm going to need some leather, and I'm going to need 2 pieces of string. Fortunately for me, in one of these chests somewhere, I have a little bit of wool. Where's my wool gone? Is it in this one? There it is. And in order to turn wool into string, I'm going to need a millstone, which is stuff that I have available. A little bit of stone, a bit of andesite casing, and I'm going to need a couple of cogs and a handle. So let's make the cogs, and then we can make ourselves a millstone. And then I need to plonk this down somewhere so that I can use it. Now, it would be ideal if I could actually power it from my little water wheel, but I think we'll just do it manually for now. So let's put that there. We'll put that cog next to it there with a little hand crank on top. And if I throw a little bit of this wool in the top there and give that a bit of a churn, that wool's going to get turned into string. There we go. Did it... What? Embrace the... Where did my string go? Oh, I got it. It just went in my inventory. That's okay. Now, in order to see the contents of these, really, I should be wearing goggles. And that shouldn't be too difficult to do, although it is a little bit more string. I've got gold, which I can press with my little pressy thing. I've got a whole bunch of glass. And with my handy mill, we can have another piece of string. There we go. We have a pair of goggles. If I put these on, put them in my goggle slot, now when I look at things like this, it tells me what it's got going on with it. And if I was to throw some more wool in there, it doesn't... Oh, I thought it told me that it had wool in it, or it'd tell me when the wool has finished being wool. I guess not. Oh, well, that was a bit of a waste of time. But they look kind of cool. Anyway, it's time to make a backpack. And the first level of backpack I can create is this one, which means I do need a vault and all of those other things, apparently. We're going to need a barrel. We're going to need a bunch of pressed iron sheet, I believe. And we can get our industrial iron from stone cutting this. Now, all I need to do is throw on a couple of iron ingots on there, give those a bit of a squish. And now I have all of the ingredients I need to, first of all, make a vault and then make myself a backpack. And this backpack is now stuck to the wall. That's not what I wanted. This backpack has a whole bunch of space in it, as well as slots for upgrades, slots for my tools, and as standard it will stack items up to around about 64, I think. Let's just double check that. I can't actually remember. Put some cobblestone in and find out. Oh, 128. Yes, 128. But if I wanted to be able to stack more things in there, then I need to upgrade it. And in order to take this to the next level, all I need to do is surround it by andesite casing, which I just happen to have a whole bunch of in here. And there we go. We now have an andesite backpack, which can now hold up to 256 items per slot. And if I wanted to upgrade it to the next level, I'm going to need copper casing. And I don't have any of that yet. However, copper casing is just putting copper onto strip logs. And I got a whole bunch of copper. And conveniently, a whole bunch of... well, I haven't got many, but I can make strip logs pretty easily. And now we're upgrading again to a copper backpack, which I think looks a whole bunch more stylish. And of course, the copper backpack can have stacks all the way up to 512. But in order to upgrade it again to the next one, I'm going to need brass. And brass requires blaze burners, which means going to the nether, which we might be doing today, so you never know. But we don't need to do that right now. All we need to do is pop our backpack onto our back in our backpack slot and do some more mining. It'd be nice if I had a back door. A back door would be really useful here because everything I need is in that direction. I think this is the perfect spot for a back door. There, and now we got a back door. This is amazing. And I guess roundabout iron level would be good because that's the stuff I need the most, although I do need some diamonds as well. So I might do a little bit down at diamond level and a little bit up at iron level. The only problem with mining down at diamond level is that it's very rare to actually find any diamonds. It would be nice if I could find a cave. And if I keep my eye on the mini-map while I hop about round about here, it looks like we got a cave just about over in this direction. Oh, I didn't bring any torches. Torches would have been a good idea. And wood. You always need wood when I'm going home. I could probably do with some stairs on this mine as well. That should be just about enough, I think. And while I'm back at home, it might not be a bad idea to just make a little bit of armor, just in case. And now we've hardly got any iron left at all. But I could put all that on and be fancy. But that looked weird now. But fortunately for me, I have another mod, which is the Show Me Your Skin mod. And what I can do is turn off the no? Oh, jeez, what have I done? I crashed the game. I could have sworn all I had to do was just do that, but apparently not. Oh, there we go. I just have to press that one. That's better. Although I really can I not make the goggles in? I don't need the goggles on right now. Now I can go mining after I've placed 10,000 stairs. Jeez. And there we go. We've now got stairs all the way up to the top of the mine, and now I can go and find those caves. Oh, here we go. I've been in this one. Now, looking on the mini-map, it does look like this lava area goes round to the side, although it doesn't look ever so accessible. But if I dig round the edges, we might just be onto something. Oh. Thank you very much. No. I got it. Oh, it was worth it. Ooh. Ooh, many. And now we've reached the other side. We'll grab a little bit of this gold. And now we can venture on to greater things, hopefully. Lots of iron, that's good. We need iron. Don't really need redstone, but I guess it's useful. And what else awaits us down this corridor? More iron. Oh, and more diamonds. Oh, wow. Now, it would have been smart while I was down here to bring a bucket of water so I could get some obsidian so that we might do that side quest later. But I didn't think ahead and I haven't brought any, so we might have to come back later. Wow, we got a big cave going on here. Hello, sir. Nice to meet you in this lovely mine. Hello, creepers. Welcome to the mines. How you doing? There we go. That's dealt with those guys. Excellent. Now, last season I played on normal difficulty mode, and this time I'm playing on hard difficulty mode, which is making things slightly more tricky, especially because I got no food. And this armor doesn't seem to be doing a great deal against all of these arrows from these skeletons. So we're going to have to be very careful if we don't want to die. Now, I'm not playing hardcore mode, so I suppose that's a positive. But I am not wanting to die because I want these levels so that I can enchant stuff eventually. We got him. Excellent. Right, where's that other one? Here he is. Oh, there's another creeper as well. Don't blow me up. No. That was lucky. Oh, jeez. Look at it. They're all coming now. Now, taking a second to have a quick look at the map, it looks like not far from me we've got a whole lush cave system under here, which could be quite useful to get into. Look at all this azurine. And some calcite as well. We haven't got any of that. That's always a nice block to build with. However, it's just occurred to me that I didn't bring any wood on this expedition, and if I totally run out of this pickaxe, which is quite likely, I'm not going to be able to make another one. So I suppose I shouldn't gather too many of these and maybe just put a marker down. Azurine and calcite, confirm. And here we are, the lush caves. There's a whole bunch of them, and there's a whole bunch more mobs in here as well. So I think the smart thing to do would be to potentially retreat. I can't retreat, I'm stuck. And then just run around like crazy, placing the last... Oh, I've only got 3 torches left. Great. That was good, running around like crazy. I'll just grab a bunch of this stuff and go. Oh my goodness. Oh no, this baby ones were doomed. I'm gonna die. Okay, I need to get back up my hole quick. Get back up your... Shut up. Don't even think about it. Ha! Make a little safety hole. No. Oh jeez. The creeper broke my safety hole. Why do creepers always go bang on servers? We're having a meeting. Would you like an apple? I'm going to have an apple. It's a nice, tasty apple. Do you want another apple? Oh, that's nice. You're holding your apple. You can eat it too if you just hold right-click, sir. That's all you need to do. Just hold right-click. You've got a friend behind you. There's a bit of a queue here, apparently. Uh-oh. I showed them the way round. I'll have my apple back now, sir. Would you like apple? Nice, tasty apple. What's hitting me? Ah! I got a friend. I see your game. You distract me around one side of the table and you send your mates round the back. That's just sneaky. Right, okay, in that case. You just want to go back up to... You're not even coming in my direction. You want another bush meeting, do you? Really, the little azaleas are causing you that much problem? Right, okay, what are we going to discuss today, sir? I've got strong feelings about this cave location. You see, it's not very safe. I would like to speak to the manager, potentially about having some lighting added and oh, your friends have come for the meeting. I thought this was just a meeting between me and you, actually, sir, but looks like all 3 of us are going to be here. That's fine. Best azalea bush ever. You did a good job, bush. Did very good job. That's my favourite azalea bush. Right, okay, I don't have any more torches to place around here. I can see there's more diamonds up there, but there's not a great deal I can do about that. So what I think I'm gonna do, now that I got a backpack with a whole bunch of stuff in it, is run away from this spider. Stop it. There is one last thing I want to try. Don't shoot me. I've got an experiment to do. I can. And now I can stack him on top of that baby zombie. And now I can stack that baby zombie on. There we go. We got skeletons with baby zombies on. Fantastic. And now that he's got things stacked on me, he doesn't want to kill me anymore. He's just... Ow. But you want to kill me. Okay, I can pick a spider up and put the spider on top. Oh, this is fantastic. Right, zombie, you're next. There we go. Wow, this is brilliant. This is just what the world needs. A stack of zombie spiders and skeletons. Anyone else want to... Can I get a creeper? I can stack up to 10 things, apparently, with the carry-on mod. Come here, sir. You can go on there. That's it. And now if I get that skeleton to shoot all of those instead of me... then I might be able to get him on... Oh, no, I'm nearly dead. Oh, run away. Run away. Quick, safety hole. Quick. The whole stack of them's come to see me. Ow. You, I'm there. No, you. Ah, oh, jeez. Okay, I'm going to die. Ah, uh-oh. I've tempted fate. Oh, jeez. I tempted fate for too long. Now, my stuff should all be nice and safely tucked inside a grave, so I'm not worried about it despawning, but I am worried about how many mobs there's going to be down there when I get there. This could be slightly tricky. I need that. Thank you very much. I'll take that. Ah, that should have automatically equipped my armor and things. It did. That's good. So now that I've got a bunch of torches, I should actually be able to come around this area and actually make it a little bit safer than it was and potentially grab some of those diamonds and things that I missed. Oh, look! There's one of those things, a glare, from the friends and foes. I want to see if they drop anything. They do, glowberries. Oh, lovely. So back in the safety of home, apart from that one tiny little incident where I died a little bit, that was relatively successful. We got 18 diamonds, 57 iron, 23 gold, a bunch of zinc, we've got some lapis and some copper, even a whole bunch of redstone. And of course we got all of this other stuff as well. The only thing that I'm really lacking now is food. I've hardly got any food left at all. So it actually turns out it's a good job we got that quest today. And I should probably start getting on with it. So in terms of food sources available from this island then, well, the obvious thing would probably be fish or kelp, seems though there's a lot of that, and I'm actually eating dried kelp now because I've completely run out of everything else. The problem with fish, however, is that I don't actually have anything in this mod pack that's going to help me catch it automatically, so we can't do fish. Alternatively, there's all of these crabs on the island, which give you crab meat if you cook the crab claws, but again, I can't do that because I can't automate the fuel to cook them with, and I can't automate getting the crabs. There's also these coconuts that fall from these trees, although, as you can see, there is a coconut just there, but all of the ones that are going to fall off have fallen off, and I don't actually know how you automate that. Oh jeez, I've done it again. And hopping up there to investigate these coconuts, I am assuming I can break them with a pickaxe to get them. Oh, it wants an axe. And that just breaks them into those, but I don't think you can plant them again. You can't turn them into seeds, so I've no idea how you would make those renewable, because I've been here a while and no more seem to have grown and no more seem to have dropped. So what else have we got available on this island then that I can munch on? Well, there's only one thing I can think of that would be farmable fully automatably, and that would be bread. Now, there's a few ways we can make bread. We could just craft wheat together, which would be pretty easy to do. However, mechanical crafters require electron tubes and brass casing. Both of those things require the nether. If we milled the wheat down and turn it into wheat flour, we can then wash that wheat flour into dough, and then we can cook that dough into bread. And neither of those things require going to the nether. However, when you harvest wheat, there's a chance to get both seeds and straw. And in order to stop those things going into the systems that we're going to create, we'll need brass funnels, which needs brass, which needs the nether. And I see you, creeper, over there hiding in the trees. Likewise, when you mill wheat, there's also a chance to get seeds, which we don't want messing up our dough making system, so that will need a funnel as well, which requires the nether. So it looks like no matter which way I choose to go about automating food, I'm going to have to end up going to the nether, which means I need obsidian, and it means I need to be prepared. And I could also probably do with some food that I can actually eat while I'm there, because I'm definitely going to take damage. My other minor problem right now is that I have been trying to craft all of the things I'm going to need to be able to automate bread, and now I've run out of wood again. So sensibly, the first thing for me to do will be go back over to that island like we did in the last episode, grab a whole bunch more wood, try my best to get a whole bunch more food, and then go to the nether. Yeah, looking at the mini-map, it doesn't look like there's a great deal going on here in terms of food. There's a wild boar over in that direction and a couple of lizards. There's a rabbit as well, but there's no sheep, because I've already eaten them all. And it's a baby rabbit, so I can't even eat it. Well, I don't think a chicken, a pork chop, a lizard's tail, and 2 pieces of venison is going to cut it. So I think the best way of me getting emergency food right now is to do a little bit of fishing. But before I go fishing, I'm going to chop down a few trees first and then go fishing, because I really need this wood. Well, while doing this, something occurred to me that makes this process a whole lot faster and also gives me some food. Something I never considered before while playing my previous series, but that is, if you join the trees together with a little bit of the wood that you've already mined, then when you mine just one of those trees, you get all of them at the same time. And that means I can chop down a whole bunch of these trees a whole bunch quicker without using half as much hunger as I was, which is ideal really, because I'm starving to death slowly. Boom. Wow. That was a lot of trees all at once. So now that I've got another ridiculous amount of wood, the question is, should I make an automated wood farm? And then I've got free food for apples, so technically ticks that off the list, although they're not particularly nutritious, and it'll save me having to keep coming back here and destroying this island slowly but surely. Before I do any of that though, I am actually going to go fishing because I quite fancy the idea and I want to see what I get in terms of, well, treasure and whatnot. And speaking of treasure, there are all of these ruins down here under the water, but they're normally surrounded by drown, so I don't really fancy going down there just yet. So first things first, I need to make a fishing rod, obviously, and I think I'm just going to perch myself over down by the side of the ocean down here and just see how we get on. Oh, and my sugarcane has grown as well. This is handy. Might as well take a bunch of that and get a bunch more of that planted while I'm down here. Lovely. Well, there goes my fishing rod. I was kind of hoping I might get another one, maybe an enchanted one or something, but I did manage to wrangle quite a few fish, a few tripwire hooks, and a couple of bits of junk. Not really anything particularly special, but at least I can get this fish cooked, have something decent to eat while I go and mine some obsidian, and maybe even something to eat while I'm in the nether. And to save myself a little bit of fuel on cooking, what I'm going to do is take this lava away for a minute, stick a campfire there instead, and now when I put my fish on there, they'll get smoked for free. I don't have to waste any fuel in my furnaces or build a smoker. And there we go, that's the cod done. Now for the salmon. Done. Right, let's go get some obsidian. There we go, 20 pieces should just about do it. And there we go, the portal is lit. It's time to go in and see what happens. Oh no, wait, I need a blaze burner cage thing to catch a blaze burner in. And we're gonna need a whole bunch of quartz too. And in order to catch a blaze burner, I actually need netherrack and iron sheet. Now, obviously I don't have any netherrack on me, so I'm just gonna take this iron sheet with me and a crafting table, and then I can make one when we're there. There's no time like the present. Let's do this. And here we are, I have made it through, and I'm already being attacked by things by the sounds of it. Oh my goodness, what is that? Okay, so we've got the better nether mod on here, and it looks like I'm already withered, which is not ideal, and I'm slow now because of the soul sand. Yeah, well, this is not what I expected. Right, what we really need is a fortress. Okay, looking at the map then, it looks like we've got some sort of bastion thing over here. Just up here, there's some more bastion looking thing. There's some sort of circular thing over there. That could be fortress related, who knows? We've got all of this green stuff, which is dead upside down forest. We've got old swampland, a whole bunch of things I've never seen before. Gravel deserts. Oh, and this over here looks like that could have something to do with a fortress potentially. But nothing jumps out and says this is definitely a fortress. So I think the first thing I need to do... Oh, jeez. Hello. A Naga. Are you strong, Naga? You're not doing anything, but I can't reach... What's that? A glowy slime thing. I need slime. Oh, let's just do it. Who cares? What could go wrong? We'll get one of them. Well, they're quite weak. That's good. Although I'm... Oh, jeez, I'm dying again. What happened there? Did I get any slime? No. Oh, but it's certain death everywhere you look. Oh, gee, I hate the nether. And there's more of those things spawned over there. Oh, jeez. Stop it. Another one of these little fly slime things. Let's just dig through the wall and see where we get. Ah, fire! Fire! I forgot about fire. I'm suddenly feeling incredibly unprepared. Okay, we've reached the other side of this, which is also certain death. And there's more Nagas over there. There's more of them. Oh, my goodness. Why would they make the nether worse? The mod's called better nether, not... Oh, there's one behind me now. Oh, jeez. I thought it was going to be nice here. I thought, oh, this will be nice. Better nether. Ah! Shoo, go away. Leave me alone. Horrible things. Whatever you want. I can't even hit you for some reason. I've got nothing. Got no golden apples. Got no fire resistance. Got no wings. I've got no jetpack. Oh, this is going to be a nightmare. Oh, no, another one. I just have to sneak past him on this soul sand as quick as I can. No fire, please. No fire, please. No fire, please. Oh, we can see a lot more of it now, though. That definitely looks like fortressy, so I'm going to guess there are blazes there. But we've got a long way to go. Oh, piglins as well, and I didn't bring gold. Stop it! Leave me alone. Okay, if we can't go down, what we can do is we can go up. Nightor. I need it. What is it? Oh, I fell out. Fell out of my hole. Ooh, and there's more of these glowy things. They are very pretty. Plus no fire, plus no fire, plus no fire. Aha! We have reached bedrock at the very top. Ooh, what's this? Ruby ore? They sound expensive, and I like expensive things. Get ourselves right on top of that thing, whatever it is. Ooh, gold. Might be able to make myself some golden armor and not upset the piglins. Seem to be quite upset right now, though. There we go. We've now blended in. We are directly above where we need to be. Ooh, quartz, finally. Jeez. Oh, I've just made an advancement. A glorious pass. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's death. I think now's the time for a little bit of cheaty free cam to assess the area. This definitely does look fortressy-ish to me, although I'm not really seeing blaze spawners and things like that. It's very fancy though. Look how fancy it is. So I guess it's back to the map to see if we can find a proper fortress. There it is. Wow, that's miles. Oh man, how am I going to get down there? I'm all the way over there. If I can get to here, that might be a better way of doing it. Yeah, I think we just need to keep going forward. Ooh, look at these sideways mushrooms. We have made it to solid ground with all of this weird stuff. Neon liquidstinium, nether stalactites. Got a pigment. What's this big thing? Like a huge mushroom. Can I have it? Oh, I can. I can break it. But there we go. There is the fortress. We are right here. There's nether moss. I can't get that either. Maybe I need silk touch for these things. And here we are. I have reached the fortress by sneaking underground. Oh, this is excellent news. And there we go. We are now in a terrible fortress. There's a chest. Might have goodies in it. Oh, a backpack. Another chest. And more danger. Blue obsidian. And a bit of iron. But we don't need chests right now. All we need is a blaze. There is nether wart there, though. That'll come in handy at some point, I'm sure. So let's grab a bunch of that. There's a blaze. Ow. Oh, fire. Forgot about fire. There we go. I've got one. That's all we needed was a tiny little bit of blaze. In a blaze cage thing, spawner, burner thing. Ah, and a skeleton. No, I don't know. No, I'm not dying to a normal rubbish skeleton in nether. No, not happening, bro. So using the blaze burner, I can now make brass by basically chucking zinc and copper into a mixing bowl. And that all sounds easy enough, but this workshop is a bit of a mess now, and I haven't really got a great deal of room, and I haven't really got a great deal of power. And if we go outside and check out why, that's because we're just running off one tiny little water wheel. So if I want to automate the other things, like the press and the millstone and the blaze burner, then I'm going to need a little bit more power. So what I'm going to do is take a minute to shove on a couple of big water wheels on there and just rearrange all of this so that we can get it all a bit better optimized. And now that everything's moved around, we've now got our mill, which is fully powered. We've got a blaster, we've got a smoker, and we've got a press, but my mixer is not rotating with enough speed. And that's because they're just running off water wheels, and I haven't added in any cogs or things to make it go any faster, and doing that in this room is going to be difficult because there isn't really enough room in this room. And popping outside to see what I've done here, I've added a couple of big water wheels, a small one to make it all go nice and quickly, and you can see they're moving pretty fast, but the actual speed of the inside is too slow. So what I really need is a speed controller. And they aren't the easiest things to make, because although we can make brass to get brass casing now, we don't have any precision mechanisms and they are difficult to make. Now we could probably do it if we made ourselves a little deployer to do that, but that sounds like a lot of fuss and effort, whereas I think what we could do here is just maybe try and speed all of this up with a few gears. Now that that's all cleared, to get this thing running faster, what we need to do is some gear ratio. So what you do is you put a big gear on and then you put a small one next to it, and that one goes faster, but I still don't know if that's going to be fast enough to power the mixer. No, that's still too slow. So what we then do is stick one of those on there, stick another big one on there and another small one on there, and now that one's going nice and quickly. But is it fast enough? It is now. That's fast enough. But as you can see, that takes up a whole 2 blocks worth of room on the side of the building. Then we'd need whatever we've got to transfer the power horizontally, and then that doesn't leave us very much room. Ow, stop it. Doesn't leave us very much room here at all. And with a little bit of jiggery-pokery underground, I've now got a whole bunch more speed coming through into here. And with a little bit more jiggery-pokery, we've now got everything set up, and with a little bit more space here if we need it in the future as well. And that means we can get our brass cooking. And there we go, I now have 36 pieces of brass. Now I need rose quartz. So it's a good job we grabbed all of that quartz from the nether, and I can just craft that together with this. Let's do 8 of them, I guess. And now I need sandpaper. And where am I going to get sandpaper from? Well, I'm surrounded by sand, and it just so happens that I've been growing a bunch of sugarcane, as you saw earlier, and with this I can make plenty of paper. Let's have a couple of sheets of sandpaper, put one of those in my offhand and give this quartz a rub. And there we go, 1 piece of sandpaper down, but now I've got 8 polished rose quartz. We're in business. With those, I can stick them on here like this to make some electron tubes. And now with some of that kelp that I've been cooking, I can make brass funnels. I also need one of these fancy controller rails. And I need a threshold switch as well if I'm going to complete that side quest. And for that, I need a comparator and some brass casing. The comparators are going to be easy enough, let's have a bunch of those. And the brass casing is just the same as usual, but with brass. So let's go and place down a whole bunch of birch logs. Give them all a strip. And we'll have a handful of brass ones. And we'll have a handful more of these andesite casing ones, because I'm always running out of those. And I've reached the brass age. So now I can craft a threshold switch. We're winning! On episode 2, I can't believe we've got grass? Brass. Another ingredient I'm going to need for this build are my new storage boxes. I don't need fancy ones, just the basic ones, but they are quite tricky to build. They require blocks of industrial iron, which is pretty cheap, vaults and display boards. So I've crafted up everything I need. And now I'm going to have 5 of those. And these are handy because we can filter what goes in and out of them with this handy little thing on the front. And that's going to make my life a lot easier. And of course, I'm going to need a bunch of harvesters, which is yet more iron sheet, so I'm getting through my iron pretty quickly. But then it's just a bit of andesite alloy and casing, and I would like, I think, 5 of these from memory. So now I believe I've got absolutely everything I'm going to need in my backpack. Apart from one thing, and that is glue. And you craft glue from slime, iron sheet, and an iron nugget. And I haven't got any slime. However, slime can be crafted from lime dye and wheat dough. And it just so happens we're going to be producing wheat dough. Wheat dough's pretty easy to get hold of. You just need some wheat. You crush it in your little milling machine like this, and that should come out at the bottom as wheat flour. And then what we need to do is swap out this lava here for a little bit of water, and then put that on there, and that should turn into dough. There we go. Now for the lime dye, obviously that's normally from cooking sea pickles, but there's a better way, or at least an easier way. One of the reasons I've been collecting all of these flowers is because when you crush flowers in one of these, there's a chance of getting lime dye. So let's stick all of those in there, have a look in this chest and see what we get. There we go, a piece of lime dye. So now we can make a slime. We need 2 of them though. And with that little bit of iron, we can now craft our glue. So we've now got everything we need. It must be time to start building. Not a bad looking little build ready for our food production. And you might be wondering, why have you put slabs over stuff that you want to grow in the sun? I don't know, just look nice. Jeez, leave me alone, still grows. So this building might look relatively large on the outside, but inside we gotta squeeze in a whole bunch of food processing stuff. We gotta get that wheat harvested, we gotta turn it into flour, then we gotta turn it into dough, and then we gotta cook it into bread. And I think I've come up with a good way to do that, starting with a minecart track that's gonna run along here. We're going to start with some of these pointy arrowy things going this way with some powered rail in the middle here like this and some more pointy arrow things there. And now I realise I've completely forgotten to build a cart assembler. I'll just be a minute. So a cart assembler basically enables you to build contraptions. And contraptions are going to be what we're using to harvest this wheat. First of all, we lock rotation to stop it going all weird. And then we pop a minecart inside. On top of the minecart, we're going to have a little bit of andesite casing with a barrel, and then we're going to have a portable storage interface on the top there like that. Then we need to go outside. First of all, I need to smash away this and put some shaft coming out of there like that. And I'm going to bring that shaft all the way across here like this. Underneath that shaft, I'm going to have some more andesite casing. And on the front of those, I'm going to stick on these harvesters. And that's our harvester almost complete. Apart from I forgot to build brackets. I'll be back in a minute. We're going to connect this shaft to these andesite casing with these fancy brackets. Although that doesn't really do anything, we need to glue it all together, which is why we made glue. So all I need to do is just basically glue all of that together like that. And then I need to just glue all of that together like that. That's the outside bit done. And then on the inside, all I need to do is connect the things we've got going on the outside to the inside and then just connect those together. And now we should be all glued together. So if I was now to power this minecart assembler with that, we should find... Oh, I've managed to stick it to the... Oh, geez. Let's undo that. Let's put that back in there again. Let's try to glue this properly, shall we? We need to glue those to those. There we go. Now it's all glued together. So now when I power it, it should... There we go. It's all completely separated. Everything's good. We've now got a harvesting machine. That means I can put that little stair back there, and my little gap here is basically just to make it look like that thing is connected to the outside and we've got a little slit for the shaft to go through. It doesn't line up perfectly, but you get the idea, and I think it works okay. So that's ready to go. So of course we're going to need to power this little bit of rail here and all of this rail, and that's just going to be a case of putting some redstone torches down underneath these blocks. And now all of this is powered except for this one at the very end. And that's the one we're going to be using to control this thing, to basically turn it off and on again when we need to. The next thing we need to do is get the items that are going to be inside of this barrel that it's harvested out into our storage system. And the way we're going to start that is to have a storage interface on the wall just there. And if we get this thing going, we might be able to see that in action. Let's just send it. No, it's not going to go, is it? Because we're not powered this one. Let's just power that temporarily for now. So that should crash the game. Now, I was kind of hoping these crashes were just in my single-player testing world and not actually going to happen on this server that I'm playing on. Yes, I'm running this mod pack from my own personal dedicated server, just to take the weight off my PC while running it. And for some reason, when these things connect, when they're not already loaded in, it crashes the game, which isn't ideal. But anyway, they're not crashing right now, they're connecting as you can see, and if we had stuff going on with this one, it would take the items out of there and put it into there. So that's what we need to do next. And to do that, we're going to use our first bit of belt, which is just a couple of shafts and some belt on it. We're going to put a chute on there. I'm going to click on that with my wrench so I can see what's inside it. We're going to stick a little bit of casing along here temporarily, and we're going to put a couple of boxes on there like that, and these are going to have funnels going in the back of them pointing inwards so that they're going to take the stuff that we don't want. So when this harvest, it's going to get the wheat, it's also going to get a whole bunch of seeds, and it's going to get straw as well, and we don't want those, so they're going to go in there. We can give that one a filter already, so we know that's going to get the seeds, but I don't have any straw to do a filter on that one. So now those are in, the next thing we need to do is actually shorten this belt down a little bit, because what we need is another one coming across this way like this, just like that. And on this bit here, we're going to have our millstone. That needs to have an andesite funnel going into it and one coming out. So that's going to take our wheat, process it into flour. The flour's going to come out there, but we might also get seeds out as well, because you get seeds when you process that. So we need to deal with those. Now I could create a system to send them from there and back into there, but instead all we're going to do is put another funnel, no, not on the top, thank you, another funnel on there. That's going to have a seed filter on it, and then we're just going to dig a hole in the floor, and eventually I'll put fire in that hole just to burn them all off. And now what we need to do is get the wheat flour upstairs so that we can process it up there. But as you can see, we don't actually have an upstairs yet, so I'm going to have to deal with that in a second. But before we deal with that, we're going to need some power. And just like we did on our other building earlier, I'm just going to stick a couple of water wheels outside of here, probably around about that point there. And then we can get some water running down the side of this building and get those powered. A little bit of sand in there just to tidy all of that together. And we'll throw a little bit of sand in here just to tidy all of that together. And then I'm just going to chuck a couple of buckets of water in there, and now we've got power. Nice. Now, just like last time, this power's going to be going a little bit slowly and probably backwards, knowing my luck. So we're going to speed it up just a little bit this time with one of those and one of those. And actually, it looks like we are going the right way, because if we pop another cog just there, that's our belt going in the right direction. Now what we need to do is get rid of those there, pop a shaft in at that point there, and stick a couple of gearboxes there, and now we've got those going in the right direction. So as you can see already, we've got a piece of wheat coming through very slowly, but that's going in the wrong box because we don't have a filter on here. So we need to wait for some straw to come through so that we can put straw in there. Before we move on, I'm going to tidy up all of this belt by clicking it with andesite casing to make it look a little bit nicer. And that's pretty much this downstairs bit done. That means we need a fan just there, pointing upwards ideally. And on that fan, we're going to have a bunch of chutes which are going to take the items upstairs very slowly because we don't have a great deal of speed. And in order to get that fan powered, what we need to do is actually just do a little bit of digging underground. If we put a vertical gearbox there, another cog just underneath that one there, and a shaft there, we should get that fan blowing, and hopefully it's blowing upwards and not down. Oh geez, it's blowing, of course it is. Fine, In that case, we're going to need 2 vertical gearboxes, and now it's blowing upwards. And then we just need an andesite funnel going into there, and that's going to take any of the wheat dough from there and put it upstairs. Before I forget, let's just set a little bit of fire there below that funnel to kill any of the seeds coming through. And now I need to build an upstairs. So first of all, I'm going to get myself some steps, and I'm going to put those in the corner here so they're nice and out of the way. Put a little bit of mesh there, and then just have a few more steps coming up to this level here. And then we're just going to have a few of these different types of oak wood planks, just bringing all of this bit together upstairs. And to make sure we don't fall down the stairs, I'm just going to throw some trapdoors there like that. I need to get rid of this sand that's piled up in the corner because we don't need that. And now we've got an upstairs ready for action. Where's my chute? There it is. So this chute's going to come up to about this level here. Again, I'm going to click on them so I can see what's in them. And running down in front of this chute, we're going to have a belt pretty much going all the way to the other end, just like this. Going to have a funnel coming out of that chute, putting the items onto that belt, which means we need to block off anything coming out the top of that chute so it doesn't just spill over the top. Along this belt, we're going to have a couple more storage boxes, one just there and one just there, and these of course need funnels going in and out of them as well. We need to pop a little bit of shaft on there, just like that, and we need a little bit of shaft on there, just like that. And now I've run out of shaft. I'll be back in a minute. Oh, the wandering trader has arrived on my porch. Hello, sir. Was it you that gave me the quest earlier? What have you got? Sand. Yeah, I really need sand, mate, but all of these would actually be quite handy. But I don't think I've got any emeralds. No. So back upstairs on the other side of this belt, what we're going to need here is a gearbox, another gearbox, a bit of shaft, some chain drive going up the wall there and there, a fan in front of each one of those. We're going to tidy those up with a little bit of casing. We're going to put a leaf block on there and then waterlog it with that bucket. And then we're going to put a campfire on here, which I could have sworn I had, but it doesn't appear to be in my inventory. I'll be back in a minute. There we go. Now we've got a campfire. Once these fans get going, they're going to be blowing water and hot air over here, and we don't want to get burnt, so let's throw a couple of these panels on here. I'm going to put a temporary block there so I can put another one of those there. We're going to cover those with glass, just like that, and then I can get rid of that temporary block there, just like that. And now I just want to tidy all of this belt up a little bit with a little bit more casing, and we don't actually need that bit there. Because below that, we're going to have some more chutes, which means we don't technically need this box here. So we might as well take that away and just put another chute there. And now all of that's ready to go. We just need power up here. To get power upstairs, we're just going to extend this cog all the way up here through the ceiling. Going to tidy those up a little bit so it doesn't look too awful. And then we can bring that last cog up to there like that, put a gearbox in here, and then we just need to go around this corner and plug into that bit of belt there. So we need another gearbox there. That is going in the right direction. No, it's not. It's going in the wrong direction. So we need another gearbox. And now it's all going in the right direction. As you can see, the fans are blowing in the right direction as well. And just with that little bit of casing there, everything is nice and tidy. We now have a fully complete setup for gathering, milling, and cooking our wheat. Excellent. However, it is very, very slow. But that's fine, because it's only for me. The last thing we need to do is actually bring these chutes down here to a little storage box, which we're going to have sat just right there. This is going to be where all of our bread collects. So we need a chute on top of that. We need to get rid of this lantern that's on the wall and just connect that chute up into the ceiling like that. That should have connected to that one there. It has. Excellent. So all of the cooked bread is going to come down and go in there. And this is where our side quest comes into play. We need to make sure that if that's full, the entire system stops. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw a threshold switch on the back of it. We're going to click on that and invert the signal. We're going to get rid of that redstone torch, which should make that park over there for a minute. We're going to put a block there with a little bit of redstone on there, and now while that's empty, that's going to keep going backwards and forwards. But as you just saw, if it is full and it stops, the entire thing's going to stop at this end, which makes the entire thing look a little bit ridiculous. So really we want it actually stopping at that end. So let's see if we can do that. So with a little bit of jiggery pokery and some redstone, we've got a repeater here, we've got a redstone torch there. If I invert that signal, the entire thing's going to keep going all of the time unless this thing's absolutely full, in which case it'll stop over there and it won't come back. There we go. Lovely. Now this bit looks a little bit of a mess, so what we can do here is, instead of having the threshold switch at the back and affecting all of that, with a little bit more digging and jiggery pokery, we can pop the threshold switch underneath it, grab a redstone signal from there instead. I think that should work. It does. And then we can just send that round there like that. And now to disguise that hole, I'm just going to put on a couple of these copycat panels like that, and you would never know. Excellent. So the only thing we need to do now is get this straw, which we've now collected, and put it on there as a filter. That'll stop any seeds and wheat going in there, so all of the seeds should now start going into this one, and that means all of this wheat should now start getting processed by this mill. Oh, we haven't powered the mill. To power the mill, we're going to need yet another one of those in there. That's going to have to go into a vertical gearbox, which we can change just by doing that. And then if we pop a cog on there, that's the mill now powered. Jeez, eventually. So now that's going to be milling down the wheat into our wheat powder, which you can see coming through here now, or wheat flour, should I say. That's going to go into this funnel here and go up there very, very, very slowly. And here it comes, finally through the other side, onto the belt. That's now going to get washed, but it's not. It's going to go straight into there because we now need to set a filter on there for wheat dough, which we don't have any. So now all that wheat flour is just going to go straight down there and into this box here, which is no good. So in order to make this work, all we're going to do is get rid of that funnel there and stop anything going past, ideally. We just shorten this belt a little bit, put a block there. That's going to have to wait there until it's been turned into dough. There we go. And now I can pick that up, put that as the filter on there, put that funnel back on there, and then just fix all of this belt up a little bit. And we're going to have to do the same trick over here to stop that dough going straight through because we want that dough to get cooked. Stop it. And that's why we needed another storage box on here instead of a chute, because we need to give it a filter. And putting all that back together, we've now got a fully complete system. We're washing our flour into dough, we're cooking that dough into bread, and all of that bread is going down here into here, and now we've got something to eat. We've done it. We've completed our quest and our side quest. Although I feel like we need some safety barriers along here. Just excuse me one moment, please. Now we've done it. So there we go. We now have a fully automated food production system. Our wheat is... Shut up. Our wheat is being harvested. It's being automatically sent inside the building. It's being sorted out, milled down, washed, cooked, and delivered to this handy chest right near the door where we've now got 19 of them. This is fantastic. However, there is one slight flaw with this system, and that is that if these overflow, well, then we got big problems. So I really need to add some sort of voiding system onto these drawers, or find some sort of storage system that's got void capabilities. But for now, this is going to do us absolutely fine. It's going to take ages at this speed to fill up all of these things, but it does mean whenever we come back here, we're going to have some bread. So with that complete, that means I should now be able to get back to what I wanted to do at the beginning of this video, which is just to lounge about, doing absolutely nothing at all, and enjoying the spoils of what I've created on this desert island. So no thank you mailbox. We don't want any more quests, thank you. I think it's time to go and sit here and chill out with my backpack sticking through my belly. That's weird, isn't it?